Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Online Karting League Hungary. I'm Sean Lopesher, the voice of Online Karting League Africa. But tonight we have a very special event going. And this is our first expansion into the global market, Online Karting League Hungary. So this is a one-off. They say one-off, but there's two races, potentially three, between the Africa guys and the Hungary guys. We have a lot of our boys joining in with these guys to have some fun in some mini 60 races. Tonight we are racing at Genk, which will be hopefully a very, very, very fun race. And thank you for the guys tuning in. We've got the Hungarian guys in. If you guys can potentially just chat in English, then at least I would be able to understand what you guys are talking about. But thank you so much for tuning in any case. We are mega, mega excited for this race. Let's just quickly check our cameras. There we go. Do a quick test. If there's any issues that you guys pick up, please feel free to just post. The sound does seem very soft for the mini 60s. Do we need to just boost it a little bit? I think we have to, right? We'll just pump up that volume by just a bit. There we go. That's much better. Some of these kids have amazing looking liveries. So let's have a quick look at our entries for tonight. 4 minutes before we head into qualifying. So we've got 11 karts on track. Oh, there's some lag happening there. Interesting. So quick, let's have a look at Adam Nudge currently leading the way there. What's with the odd lag that we are seeing there? That's strange. Anyways, a little bit of a lag spike there. Hopefully that doesn't happen the whole time. Notice I muted myself. Caleb Moss, I see your chat here. These are our OKL karts, the MK20. It's just a livery that you don't have yet, which we can get to you guys, but this is part of this racing team from the Hungary guys. Beautiful looking karts, beautiful looking helmets, beautiful looking suits. These boys have absolutely amazing skills when it comes to creating their karts and getting them up and running. So let's have a quick look at the drivers before we head into qualifying. Adam Nudge from Hungary, Adam Huas from Hungary, although he lives in Ireland, then Eric Galvex, Sebastian Diaz from Africa or South Africa, Martin Varga, Hungary, Ruben Costas, South Africa, Lucas Timman, Ashai Nagura, William Marshall, Quentin Lopesher, and Jensen Diaz, all from South Africa. So a nice little collaboration we've got from OKLA with the boys from OKLH, and we are mega excited to get this thing underway and help these guys grow karting or sim karting in the European market. So hopefully we see a huge success. We see some more people join in. This is a 3-race series. This race is at Genk with a night view, as you can see. Amazing looking night race at Genk. And then the next race will be, just double check my schedule here. So many announcements, but the actual schedule is missing, which is amazing. There we go. I think it's Palakring. Also, that's a Hungarian track, so that's a track that I'm not familiar with at all. So I'm excited to see that track. And then also for the Hungary guys, there will be another track that comes in, and that is something with a K. I can't pronounce it, but it is a track with that's in Hungary. It should be done by the next week or so. And then we'll add a 3rd race to this one-off series, which will then have a race at your local track in Hungary as well. Just waiting on these guys to decide when we are going to get going. Lucas Sturman disconnected there. Coming back in. Probably just trying. There we go. 5 minutes qualifying. That's as short as it can get. Ashai Nagura so keen to get out as soon as possible. The guys will probably only get 4 laps of qualifying in. So very short qualifying. Then I've got a heat, 1 heat, and then a pre-final and a final. So exciting to get going with this whole product. How would I say your name? I'm going to butcher it. I would have said Rostas. And then that surname, oof, my man, don't ask me. Zombo is what I would say. So I would probably get it wrong completely. I mean, Adam Nudge, when I asked him how to pronounce his surname, I went with Nagy or something like that. So definitely wasn't correct. But hey, I'm here to learn, and I'm happy to try and pronounce everybody's surnames and names. Obviously, you'll have to tell me how to pronounce it, and I'll try and my best to get it right for you guys. All right, so Ruben Carstens is the first one to get out or get his lap on the board, but Adam Huaz, or like the guys in Hungary like to call him Yadam, because there's 2 of the Adams here. So Huaz now currently in first place, 8 milliseconds ahead of Ruben Carstens. Interesting there. Absolute beautiful looking kart here from Adam Huaz. Just let me know if everything sounds okay on the stream, guys. Just confirm. Sounds okay? That would be fantastic. All right, Lucas Sturman now, as I say that, Eric Galvax takes the lead away from Lucas Sturman. Everybody's going to try and get their laps in. I see there's a whole bunch of slipstreaming, and I'm fairly certain the boys are not allowed to do any slipstreaming in the qualifying, so some of the boys are naughty. And there will be some breaks between the qualifying and the first heat, which will see the boys just get a moment's rest as the stewards will quickly work through. The potential penalties, foul play happening in the qualifying session. Adam Huaz still leading the way. Martin Varga it has now gone into first place, almost 2 tenths ahead of Ashai Nagura. Ashai Nagura putting in a good lap. I think the boys will go down to a mid 1 minute, I believe, was a decent lap that I saw. Martin Varga with a absolutely beautiful looking kart. And an even better looking helmet. All right, and we are going to go into our last minute of qualifying. Varga, no, Huaz now moving up into first place. Adam Huaz has gone into the 1 minute now. So breaking the 101 barrier into the 1 minute by only half a tenth, but still fast. Let's quickly see Ruben Carstens just behind him. Then Sebastian Diaz in the older Mini 60 body kit with the Kart Republic. Sebastian Diaz does race for Squadra Course or Kart Republic Africa down here in South Africa, so of course he wants to represent his team and he'd much rather run an older body kit to race with the correct livery. Martin Varga trying to get a good lap in. This is the end of qualifying. Now everybody's going to get a chance to put in their last lap. Adam Nudge now in first place. Like I said, 1:06.667. That is the benchmark now. Can anybody get closer to that? I said they're going to go down to about a mid 1 minute. So there we go. Nudge going into qualify into the pits now. None of the boys are allowed to stop. Oh, Martin Varga, too much. Flips and catches his kart again, but that's the end of his qualifying. Lucas Sturman, Alan Kart. Will Lucas Sturman be able to do something special in his qualifying session? Doesn't look like... Oh, Lucas Sturman's done. Everybody's done, actually. All right, so that's the end of qualifying. Adam, the two Adams up in the front row. So Adam Nudge versus Adam Uaz. That's pole position and second. Then Eric Galvex, Martin Varga. So the 4 Hungarians. Only 4 of them? Yeah, only the 4 Hungarians there. And then all the South African boys further down the pack. Ashina Gura leading the South Africans in 5th. Lucas Sturman in 6th. That is Sebastian Diaz in 7th. Ruben Karstens. Quentin Loubser in 9th. And then Jensen Diaz. And no lap posted by William Marshall. And Caleb Moss, to answer your question, yes, I do have the link for you. If you give me 1 second, I'll send it to you. There we go, Caleb. I sent you. Good qualifying there. Let's have a quick look at what the qualifying is saying here. So we're going to just have a look at the summary there. So three karts going down into the 1 minute. That is Adam Nudge, Adam Uaz, Eric Galvex, and Martin Varga. So close. 3/10 split the top 4 guys. Almost 3/10 for Adam leading the way. So fantastic qualifying there from the Hungarians, showing their worth from the get-go. I mean, I'm not surprised. I have watched them race. These guys are quick, very quick in all the online series that they do. So absolutely no surprise to see the skill set on display immediately. Let's hope the qualifying, there's no penalties to be dished out and the boys can get into racing as soon as humanly possible. Just check the quick chat there. The chat's only meant for admins, so there won't hopefully be no ugly things said. So boys are free to practice in the warm-up session if you wanted to. So the guys can get their last laps worth of prep in, but it doesn't seem like any of the boys are keen to do that, so that's fine. Just keeping an eye on this Discord to check if anybody's getting penalties. Doesn't seem like anything's popped up as of yet. Let's see if we can grab a quick onboard of... Just go back in time. Skip to practice. I wonder if it will work. Jump to session. Oh, yes, it does, actually. And we will go to... Let's see if we can get the fastest lap. What was that pole position lap here? Last lap. Right, let's get on board of this pole position lap. Nope. They don't have helmet cams with this, so that's... Oh, they do? No, that's US. I wanted to have a look here at... There's no helmet cams, so which... Just have a quick look which onboard we can use. That should work. Let's have a quick look at the pole position lap from Adam Nudge while we wait for everybody else. Oddly enough, I fairly certain I did move to qualifying, but apparently not. Let's just skip forward and see if we can get that qualifying lap up, because it didn't skip to the session, which I thought was a bit strange, but okay. We'll just have a look at the end of qualifying. Pole position lap was a 106, I believe. We are following the wrong person. And we will have a look at... Interesting why it's not going to Adam. There we go. And we will go to his fastest lap. And that is the pole position lap, as the boys are all on the grid already, getting ready to go racing. That was a pole position lap there by Adam Nudge. Fantastic lap there, clean and precise. That secured himself a front row start. And we are going into what is a pre-final, I believe. Well, it does show pre-final, but we are going to do a 7-lap heat. Just waiting on all the carts to come to the grid. Let's quickly go to a free roam view, and we'll just quickly have a look at what's happening here. Just, the boys are giving us a thumbs up. We are waiting on the two Adams to join us on the grid. There goes the disqualification. That will be the first restart, I believe. Yep, there we go. That's just a quick restart and a very buggy camera angle there. Ashari Nagura first on the grid, keen to get going. Nope. What on earth happened there? All right, Ruben Carsten's on the grid now. First one out, waiting to get going. Ruben Carsten sporting a new OKL livery. Beautifully designed there by Martin Varga. Martin does make some very, very nice looking liveries. What happened again? We are just waiting for the cards to join us. But yeah, guys, tell me in the chat, who do you think is going to win this first race? Let us know the results. Will it be one of the Hungarian boys? Well, according to their pace, yes, it will. Or will one of the South African guys from Online Karting League Africa be able to take the fight to the Hungarian guys? I do think Adam US has a lot of racing potential. I've seen him race. He's quick, he's consistent, and so I do believe that it will be between the top two guys. Even Martin Varga, Eric Galvac, so all four the Hungarian guys will potentially be able to win this, you know, but this is a long race. Anything can happen. All right, all the carts are now going to get onto the grid. This will be the start of a formation lap, just so you guys know. These boys are doing the start sequence, which will be a formation lap, like they do with the Pro League in OKL. All right, so that is the start of our formation lap. You'll see all the boys get away. And we will move over into a track camera, just to see the boys do their warm-up. Well, I mean, they're not allowed to do any warm-up work. Makes no difference, according to the stewards. So we will just wait for the guys to start bunching up. I think they will start slowing down into the chicane at the back of the straight. They've got a very interesting rule in the... If number 1 and 2 breaks away from the pack, they are not allowed to work together. So if you get into the toe of, if you're second and you get into the toe of the guy that's first, you either send it or you lift, but you're not allowed to bump draft and work together to get away from the pack. So that's an interesting rule. It makes it for the boys to catch up and potentially make some good racing. But yeah, very interesting. Right, so guys, we are going to head into the final corner now. This is exciting. The start of the first Online Karting League Hungary race. And I am very hungry for a good amount of racing tonight. So let's go, boykies, put something on. This is the start of the race. We are now into the tram lines. The boys need to behave and the lights are out. It's away we go for Adam Nudge breaking away. US just getting right in behind him. And then Galvac's moving himself up into second place. Carnage there at the back. We missed a couple carts, ran wide. Varga off the track as well. Let's have a quick look there. Martin Varga, the biggest loser in that exchange in the start. To the back of the pack he goes. Martin Varga now has a lot to do to move himself back up onto the front of the grid. Ooh, Carstens, Diaz, chaos there. The boys taking each other out. Jensen Diaz moving himself up 2 positions because of the fighting happening. Let's go to the front and see what happens there. Nudge, US, and then Galvac's third place. So the Hungarian guys breaking away. The first of the South Africans, Quinten Loubser, has everything to do to catch on to the back of these boys. Then that is in 4th place, Lucas Sturman, Ashina Gura, Ruben Carstens, Martin Varga, Jensen Diaz, younger brother of Sebastian Diaz. First lap now, go, here we go. Galvac's caught onto the, well, he's going to pass US on the inside, going to try and send one down the inside. Successful pass there. Nope. US is fighting back and come back down the inside, leaving a lot of space. Is Galvax. Fantastic stuff there from these boys. Clean racing from the Hungarians. These guys know their racing when it comes to online racing. Running a little bit wide as Nudge. They're going down the inside now. Is US is going to have the inside into the chicane. So that should be his corner now. He's going to send it down the inside. Yes, leaving the door open is Nudge now. Galvax is going to try and go down the inside as well. Send it down the inside, but the inside line is going to be a Nudge now going into the hairpin there at the back. Running very wide is US. Quinten Loubser catching up to the back of these boys. A lot of fighting, no working together, no love lost between all these boys on track. Fantastic stuff by the 3 Hungarians, and now the first South African coming into play here, Quinten Loubser. Quinten Loubser is, of course, my older brother, so no bias support there at all. Into the toe he goes. Now is Loubser going to try and send one down the inside, or is Galvax going to be a little bit more defensive? Galvax is defensive there, not leaving the door open for Loubser. He's got one eye in front, the other eye looking behind him. So Galvax has got a lot to do and a lot of defensive driving from the get-go. Lap 4 of 10 done. Epic racing. Now Nudge going to go down the inside of US, and so is Galvax sending it down the inside as well, or leaving the door open there for Quentin Loubser to try and go around the outside, which is not the ideal way to go around Genk. Definitely not wide track, long corners, and the outside is definitely not the fastest way around here. Fantastic driving from these boys, 4 boys up front. Galvax, Loubser now. Will they be able to catch on to the back of US? There's a little bit of a gap between US and Galvax. Fantastic driving here though. Nice and clean so far. Where is Martin Varga? Has caught up to the back of Karstens, but not fast enough. Quentin Loubser sending it down the inside. Going to try and move himself up into 3rd place now. Loubser goes up into 3rd, getting himself a podium into the first heat so far. Fantastic stuff there by Loubser, representing the South African boys against the 3 Hungarians. He's in a Hungarian sandwich, to be honest. Oh, Loubser going all kinds of wrong there into the corner. Just a little love tap on the side there by Galvax, moving himself back into 3rd place, capitalizing on the issues. I see Martin Varga going wide there, or running off in the background. Once again, Loubser's getting it all kinds of wrong. Not ideal. Getting his wheels off the track onto the grass. Ooh, US running wide now. Still the battle up in front, 1st and 2nd, having a proper battle down the inside, and US flips his kart and he's out of the race. US will find himself a back row start. Unfortunate there by US, climbing the curb just a little bit too much, a little bit too greedy, and off you go into an early shower. There goes US, cheers. Galvax now, Loubser, and Nudge up in front, 1st, 2nd, 3rd. 2 Hungarians remain. Is Quentin Loubser going to just hang it out here and keep it clean and find himself in 2nd or even 1st potentially? US already in the YouTube channel saying, yeah, last to first challenge. You've got a lot to do. Nudge now still defending. Galvax is all over the back of Nudge now. Loubser is going to get into the swing of things here. Ooh, Loubser seems like he's fighting his car just a little bit. Defensive driving there from Nudge. Galvax is going to be under threat from Loubser behind him now. Oh, cut back there. Potentially, no, not enough. Into the last corner we go now, final sector. Nudge very defensive there. Galvax does have the drive now. He's going to go down the inside, but the slipstream is going to be taken by Quentin Loubser. He's going to try and go around the outside. So 3 wide into the 1st corner. Very dangerous on Genk. But the boys seem like they're very respectful of each other so far. So fantastic stuff. Loubser is all over these boys. Loubser's going to send it down the inside. Going up from 3rd to 1st place in 1 corner. Fantastic passing there by Loubser. Then down the inside goes Galvax again. Nope. Oh, a little bit of a side pod nudge there. Loubser, Galvax. Nudge. And then Lucas Sturman is fancying a little bit of a taste in this battle up front. Fancying himself a chance here. Down the inside goes Galvax now. Loubser is trying to hang around the outside. Ooh, a little bit of a side pod nudge there between these 2 boys. No love lost there. All the boys showing that rubbing can be very good racing. And even with the high ping from the South Africans racing on a European server, it seems like the boys are able to behave themselves very nicely so far. So 4-way battle up in front now. Galvax leading the way. Lap 8 of 10. Quentin Loubser going to send it down the inside into the 1st corner. Ooh, a little bit of a side pod right there again. Galvax catching his kart, but losing 2 positions. Lucas Sturman is just sitting here. He's just looking at what's happening up in front and a potential for him to gain a position. Loubser sending it down the inside again. This lead has changed so many damn times. I don't know if anybody's keeping track of the amount of times this lead has changed, but my word, this is crazy. Loubser, what did I say? Nudge, Galvax, Sturman, and now 4-way battle. Once again, 2 South Africans, 2 Hungarians. Sturman goes there in the back, sending it down the inside of Galvax. Fantastic racing from these guys. 2 more laps remain, or 1.5 rather. Now Nudge going to go down the inside into the last corner, send it, run a little bit wide there, not ideal. Quinton is climbing the curb, and now we've got another potential 3 wide going into the first corner. This time, another South African's going to send it into the first corner there. Listen to me, William Marshall. My brain's breaking completely. It's Sturman that sent it down the inside into the first corner, forcing himself and Loubser to go a little bit wide there and lose a lot of momentum. Oh, and then the lag touch there between excuse me, Sturman and Loubser. Unfortunately, the two South African boys. That's unfortunate. That's an end to their very, very, very good race. Fantastic driving though. One little mistake there and hyping, nudging somebody at the wrong position, and that will send his kart into the oblivion, unfortunately. So let's just have a quick look now. Sebastian Diaz has been promoted into 3rd place after being taken out, but here we go. Martin Varga has found himself far up the grid again, moving his from the back of the pack all the way up into 4th place now. Martin Varga, is he going to be able to get Sebastian Diaz on the final lap? Diaz is going to go mega defensive down the straight, not giving Varga an inch to fight. Varga Clever is going to run it, send it down onto the outside and then do a proper cutback there. Varga moves himself up into 3rd place. Fantastic driving there from Varga with his mega comeback. Diaz, oh no, Diaz wanted to go down the inside and you see the carts bouncing all over the place. Oh, unsafe rejoin there from Varga, in my opinion. That is unfortunate, losing a nose cone. That will be a nose cone penalty as well. Now, Nudge, we're going to go into the last couple corners now. Boys may be losing a little bit of concentration there, but Adam Nudge, or Big Adam as the Hungarians like to call him, because there's 2 of them here, taking the first heat victory with Eric Galvax in 2nd place. Fantastic drive from these 2 guys. Then Ruben Carstens, Dacre Bell, Mr. Modding. Ruben Carstens taking 3rd place because of all the chaos that happened behind him. Carstens podium place there. Lucas Sturman, Sebastian Diaz in 5th. And then Quinton Loubser will cross the line in 6th place. Martin Varga, who was part of a lot of unfortunate scuffles, in 7th. Then Jensen Diaz going to try and finish his race. Last corner to go for Diaz. Don't flip your kart on the last lap. Bringing it home in 8th place. And then out of the race, Nagura, US, and then Marshall, who didn't start his race, unfortunately. Fantastic driving, though. Very epic to watch these boys up in front. 4-way battle. Then one guy making a mistake, falling out, and then another guy catching up to that pack, and it becomes another 4-way battle. So it was fantastic to see the South African boys mixing it up with the very quick Hungarian drivers around a track that they race on quite a lot. I think the South Africans only really raced on Genk in season 1 and 2 of OKL, so no real practice around here, to be honest. Since the boys got their local South African tracks, they didn't care for any international racing. But look at us now. We are joining with Hungarians. We are having a super fun collaboration series, a one-off series as they call it, although there's 2, potentially 3 races, so it's not exactly a one-off. But mega stuff. Congratulations to Nudge and Galvax and Carstens for the first podium in this one-off series. That is, when I say first podium, that's a first heat podium. And then we're going to go into the pre-final and then a final. There'll be a little bit of a gap between the races. I'm assuming the race stewards will have to go through some incidents. So I am... Oh, I see Ruben Carstens is already in the waiting room, so I'm going to call in. I'm going to move in Ruben Carstens into the stream. Ruben, you got a 3rd place there, which, you know, proves that if you keep it nice and clean on the track and everybody takes himself out in front of you, a podium is on offer. How was that race, and how does it feel to race with such a high ping compared to the guys in Hungary?
I didn't have such a good start of the race because it seems like whenever there's a little bit of contact, driver sort of keeps spinning. So I think Mark hit me at the back at the middle of the race and spun out quite a bit. But going more towards the end of the race, I was quite surprised to see I'm on the podium. Didn't expect that at all. Yeah, I was literally thinking just the corner before they all crashed in front of me. I was like literally thinking to myself, like just keep it clean. If these guys crash, you're gaining 3 positions, and paid off.
Yeah, so I mean that's nice. This was only heat, right? So there's still an actual pre-fight on a final to be raced.
Yeah.
Can you tell me, since this is a night race, does that do any difference to your eyes when you're racing? Like, does it feel different, or is it just still more of the same?
I haven't noticed anything in particular that's different. I don't know if they maybe changed the temperatures a bit to match with the night sky, but I think there's one corner in particular, sort of like a 180, where if you go around, you always get like a nice view of the moon in the background, which also thought was
So
pretty nice. But
nice.
otherwise, it's not really that big of an effect.
Okay, nice sightseeing, I guess.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
If you're
So
having one bad lap, you usually have like a nice view for the rest of the lap. So
yeah. So one thing I can ask is, did you have any potential moments where you were very close to flipping the kart? Because this is a fixed setup, and these, we know Genk and Mini 60s don't go well together. They like to flip.
I heard some of the other guys complain quite a bit at the hairpin at the end of the straight that they were struggling quite a bit with flipping, but I myself didn't really notice anything. I think mine was more that 180 I was talking about where we see the moon. Usually, if you take a bit too much curb there on the exit, or I mean on the apex, you can flip it. But surprisingly, the Mini 60s are behaving themselves today.
Okay, that's fantastic. And then another question from my side, and this is maybe some insider info for the Hungarians watching the stream. Tell us how the development of, how did I pronounce this track?
Is it like Kexcomet?
Yeah,
I think it is.
yeah, Keshkabet. How's the development of
Yeah,
the track going? When do you think it will be done?
I mean, we probably have at max about a week and a half left before that track will be done. I think all the major stuff are pretty much in place. The track, the elevation, the cambers and stuff. We're just fine tuning that last little bit, especially in the last sector, because like just 1 degree of camber change makes quite a big difference in how you take the corner. So we have our testers on it. Hopefully they'll give us some good feedback and we can get good data. And then, I mean, we'll see how accurate we will once we go and laser scan the track.
Fantastic. And then, yeah, guys, you heard it here. Ruben Carstens, the guy working on the Hungarian track, Keshkemet, I think. Well, we're going to try and pronounce it right. It's not our...
It's something like that.
But it seems like it's going to be fun. So it looks good. I've done some testing on it with, well, just my mouse and keyboard just to see the overall layout of it. It does look like it's going to be a fun track to race on. So our Hungarian friends, please keep an eye out on this. It's coming soon. And we are going to continue working with Martin and the two Adams to get you guys going. Are we starting here or what's happening here?
I don't know. I just jumped.
No. No, there's no start there.
Okay.
Can't
Yeah,
because...
no, cool, man.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming to chat with us, Ruben, and we'll pick it up with you soon.
Cool. Like a cheers.
I think the boys are just going to have some fun and drive while they wait for the steward to just work through everything quickly. They are, I can see in the Discord, they are working through the bits. There's already penalties. Martin Varga already 2 plays grid penalty for unsafe rejoin. Sebastian Diaz warning for hitting out Martin Varga. So there's already penalties coming. The boys are already going to take a beating. But yeah, mega excited to see what they can do. Hopefully not too long to wait. We've got a guy saying in the chat that Galvax is going to be first. Galvax definitely had the pace, so I can't see why not. Where are the Hungarians? So they're still reviewing the penalties. So this isn't an actual race. The guys are just waiting for the stewards to finish up. So I think the guys just decided they're going to have some fun and drive while they wait. Maybe do another practice start. Yeah, so they're just having some fun. So don't stress, guys. I'm not commentating on this. We'll just watch them race, have fun while we wait for the race stewards to finish up with all the penalties. Oop, the boys are bumping each other. Nothing to see here, guys. Nothing to see. We'll get to a skycam maybe even. And we'll just do this. And we'll just go up into the air and just see what the boys are doing. Maybe we'll go sit on the podium here on the... Maybe we'll stand on the roof, right? This is a nice view of what's happening. While we wait for the race stewards to finish up. Hopefully not too long from now, we'll get going into the race. The boys are just having some fun. But yeah, guys, this is Online Karting League Hungary. This is our first collaboration and expansion with Online Karting League Africa, which will be known as Online Karting League from here on going forward. The boys will be working together, collaborating, getting more regions involved, and you know, soon we'll have a Online Karting League Africa, Online Karting League EU, North America, etc. will continue expanding. Each country will have their own national championships, and those championship drivers will get promoted into the European or the Continental Championships, and then hopefully they will get their tickets into the World Finals, which will potentially, well, hopefully, if things go well, we'll start having World LAN events with a live broadcast and all those things, which will be super, super cool. Big things to come with Online Karting League. A lot of work, a lot of effort. This is the Genk made by Kart Racing Pro specifically. We will redo this track on our own with our laser scanner. Welcome laser scanners track if we can. And get this one in Kart Racing Pro as a OKL track. As well as big plans to head out to Italy and do some laser scans there on Lenato, Francocorta, Sarno, La Conca. So yeah, some work to do, some funds to raise, and hopefully we can offer some more good products. But this is our first international series. It's essentially, we see it as a test. See how the boys react, and then also we'll have a full-blown series run next year. Maybe I should sit here on the stand and just wait. Well, we can stand here, drink a beer, watch the racing. Maybe in the corner here, that's a better position. I'd like to believe this is where Max Verstappen's dad was standing when he was young. There we go. Pre-final starting. Here we go. This is it. Gonna go straight into it now. The boys are back. The boys are back in town. Sorry, there was no reason for me to sing there. Horrible voice. Okay, the boys are now going to track, and we are going to get into this pre-final. I believe there are some penalties, so we'll see some of the guys swap positions. Adam Uaz with a cheeky comment there. Where are the Hungarians? In Hungary. That's not true, Adam. You are from Hungary, but you are living in Ireland, so not a true statement there from your side. Caleb, I feel like there's some sarcasm happening there. All right, guys, we are 30 seconds away to the starting sequence of the pre-final. Let's have a look. The boys are going to start heading to the track now. So excited for this one. If that first heat was anything to go by, this is going to be epic racing from the boys. It was so cool, that first race. And let's see what the guys can put on offer here, or what they have on offer. So you'll see the starting here. It does look like the grid is all shuffled up. Don't worry. When the lights go out, these boys are going to reshuffle themselves into the positions that they are supposed to start. And then they'll get going. So here's the first one pulling away. You'll see Eric Galvax moving into second place. Then Sebastian Diaz will move himself up into third. Quentin Loubser will move himself up into fourth. And then we've got... Oopsie. Lucas Thurman in fifth. Martin Varga in sixth place. Ruben Carstens. Look at these boys. This is all new for the South Africans. They've never done the racing like this. So they are also learning something new today, which is great. A great experience for them. And then there we go, guys. That is our grid, the starting grid. Nudge, Galvax, Diaz, Loubser, Sturman, Varga, Carstens, Diaz, Nagura, and Adam Uaz at the back of the pack. So these boys are going to go out now and heat up their tires, get a formation lap done, and then they're going to start with a rolling start. So can't wait for this beautiful looking karts here from the two boys up in front. They look mega. I'm a big fan of blue. And then I'm a big fan of the red, black, and white colors, which is the AAO Esports colors, my own team. Oh, guys can't complete a formation lap, apparently. Hopefully they'll just catch up. Oh, I should probably put our track map back on. Boys will slow down. Hands up, signaling to everybody behind them. We are slowing down. We're going to get going. And it's time for us to get into another race. All right, here we go. This is it. We're going to go into the last couple corners of the formation lap. The boys are already all heated up and ready to go. I'm ready. These guys are ready. Let's make sure they get a good start and we have a good race to commentate on. Oh, chaos at the back. Back slowing down. No, they'll do a restart. Will they do a restart? Was that a false start? We'll just go... oh, no, there's chaos in the background there. What on earth happened? I'm fairly certain they'll do a restart there. There we go. They're slowing down, calling a restart. If everybody survived, though, Loubser was taken out horribly. Okay, there's a restart. No? US, no scan. I'm assuming they're just going to say go back to pits. Yeah. That was a chaotic start there. Not as good as the first one. It's not every day that we move backwards in the quality of the start, because the first start was fairly good and then the second one was horrendous. Now we have to go through this whole start procedure once again. So we will just wait for a minute and let the guys get through this. All right, looks like we are close to, well, start with a start sequence where the guys will just quickly reshuffle their pack. Are waiting on Adam US to join. There we go, on the circuit he goes. Other guys will just quickly reshuffle that grid again, and then we'll get going. Lucas Thurman misjudging his breaking point there, giving us a thumbs up. Sorry for that. Just letting us know a little bit of a oopsie there. Don't know how the guys keep making a little bit of an accident in the background there. Just don't drive next to each other. It's almost like they are racing for no reason. US has a lot to do if he wants to move up the field in this race. It's following Yadam, as they call him, Adam US. He's got a lot of work to do to come be carving through the field and get away from the slower guys and move himself up into the front pack. But will now follow Adam a nudge. Galvax on his outside. Inside is definitely the way to start because you'll have the inside line into the first corner, which is obviously much more preferred. Keeping the pack nice and slow. Hopefully the guys don't take each other out now. Slow down, boys. Oh, Martin Varga with a big love tap there from behind. Not ideal, but we're going to follow the battle here between Sturman. They're getting it a little bit wrong there on the rolling start. Right now, the guys will line up and fall into the trim lines now. We are waiting for the lights out, and away we go. We can hear the carts start lining up there. Zoom, zoom, zoom. More they go down here into the first corner. Hopefully the guys don't take each other out. Let's just have a quick look at what's happening at the back. Behave, boys. Don't bump each other off the track. Galvax losing a lot in the start there. Falling 2 positions down or further back. So he's up into 4th now from 2nd place. Loebscher and Diaz moving, or Diaz moving up 2 places rather now. Loebscher moving himself up 1 more place. Diaz falling back 1, lifting his hand. There's Loebscher just to say, hey, calm down. Guys just need to settle in. There's a long race. 10 laps in total. 9 laps in total. So the boys just need to calm down. Diaz is bouncing all over the place there. Down the inside goes Martin Varga on Lucas Thurman, moving himself up 1 more position. Galvax has lost quite a lot here, though. He's the one that needs to make the comeback drive now. Oh, Galvax went in hot there, almost taking Diaz out on the exit of the final corner there. Loebscher breaking away there, but Nudge is further up. Now going down the inside is, oh, Diaz getting touched there by somebody and then bumping off. Oh, Ashina Gura being love tapped there from the side. Galvax is losing all the way through here, unfortunately. Where's Yadam, as they call him, further back? Oh, he lost a lot in the start of the race. I'll just go back to the front rather and see what's happening. There's a big battle up front here. The boys need to keep it clean and consistent and not take each other out. Oh, there's a cart off in the background, number 25. That is Eric Galvax again out. What on earth happened there? Galvax out of the contention as it stands. Martin Varga up into 2nd place now, running wide on the exit there, using all of the track and more. Varga is just showing up, pointing his hand forward and telling Quinton, let's not fight, let's catch Nudge in front. He's so far ahead. Varga, Loebscher now really needs to work together to catch up onto the pack of Nudge there, who's broken away from the pack. Almost 2 seconds is the lead, which is a huge margin. Well, this is where the battle is at. Varga, Loebscher, Diaz and Sturman right behind him as well, having a proper go at it. 1.8 seconds is the gap between 1st and 2nd, though. Are the boys just settling in? Is Varga running very wide there on the exit of the hairpin. Not losing out too much. We'll see what the gap looks like across the line. Right, the gap 1.7, so a little bit of a gain between from Varga onto the back of Nudge there, but not enough. It was about a tenth, a little less than a tenth. It's nothing crazy there. Is the battle is brewing between Diaz and Sturman. Sturman does represent Angry Racing in South Africa, and Sturman and Diaz does represent Kart Republic Africa or Squadra Course. So it's great to see the boys represent in their colors. Alan Kart versus Kart Republic. The gap now to the lead, 1.78 seconds. Let's see when they cross the line now. See that kart jacking up there at the back. What does the gap look like now? 1.8, so a gain there again. Just a little bit less than a tenth gain there on Nudge. Nudge breaking away from the pack. So he's doing everything he has to break away. Now let's go further down the order, just see what's happening here. Oh, is Lopsha going to try and send one down the inside? No, he's not. But I do see number 29, Diaz and Sturman off the track there. Big mistakes from them, taking them out of a good race. Very unfortunate there between the boys. So let's have a quick look. Uaz is all over the back of Karstens. Will Karstens be able to defend this? Nope, Uaz sends it down the inside. No need to fight there. Karstens is well aware of who's quicker. And then I see another battle here between... Oh no, Karstens is hanging on behind. Where is Galvax as it stands? Galvax is even further back, so not great for him. Then Diaz and Sturman picking up where they left off, fighting there at the back. But look at this. Here's a big catch. Lopsha and Varga got past Nudge. Nudge made a mistake on that previous lap, getting himself out of the lead and moving himself back 2 places into 3rd position. Not ideal there for Nudge. That's not where you want to start in your final. So Lopsha and Varga now. That's the South African versus the Hungarian. Almost double the age difference. Oh, there is more than double the age difference. I believe Varga is something like 16 or 15 years old, somewhere in that line, and Lopsha in his 30s. So experience versus young talent now on the track. Luckily in this simulator, the only thing that matters is, are you quick enough to compete? And that is fantastic to see. Such a big age gap, and the boys are separated by less than a tenth. Not even a kart length is the gap between 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So it's fantastic between these boys. Into the last lap, or into the last corner we go rather. Lap 8 of 10. Very defensive driving there from Varga, giving the slip to his teammate there. Opening the door for... oh, down the inside goes Nudge. Going on 2 wheels there, a little bit too aggressive. Nudge going down the inside of Lopsha, but both of them survive that exchange there. Unfortunately, Lopsha losing out there, and Varga breaking away. It's a little bit of teamwork there by Varga and Nudge. But it is what it is. That is what it is. The teamwork can come into play as long as there's no bump drafting, so nothing illegal there by the boys. So Nudge, Lopsha now needs to work together to catch onto the back of Varga. And behind him, Ashai Nagura. And then right behind him from last place up into 4th place now. Oh, Nudge is saying, did he get a time penalty? It did get a 5-second time penalty. That's a huge loss there. 5-second time penalty for Nudge. So he's showing further down the order, but in 4th place right now is Adam Uaz on the timing sheets rather. So I don't know if they'll remove that penalty. That must have been a big mistake if he had to cut across the track somewhere to get himself up a position. But well, look at this. Lopsha, Nudge and Varga now having a proper fight here. Oh, US running very wide, being pushed wide there. Naughty stuff there between US and Nagura. Varga and Nudge now having a fight. First and second. Oh, down inside. Oh, that's a late lunge there by Varga. Taking out Adam Nudge there. Unfortunately, big gains for Varga. I'm fairly certain that will be looked at. Loubser moving up into second place. And if Varga gets a penalty, that means Quentin Loubser is going to start the final in pole position. So in the front row, that would be very interesting there. That would mean that Loubser has a good change of fortune if he can keep it clean and get himself onto the top step for the final race. Let's just have a quick look at what's happening behind here. Nagura, US, Nudge. Oh, US! Just a casual flip there, catching the cart and coming back onto the track there. US not having it his way tonight. Unfortunately, every time he gets onto the stream, he flips it or does something silly. So unfortunate there. And not ideal for US to go down the order there. Right, that is the last lap, last couple corners now. Varga will take the victory unless he makes a mistake in our last corner. Hopefully not. Commentator's curse is a real thing, so I'm hoping I didn't. Nope, he's fine. He's getting around the last corner there, little kink. Finishing the race in first place. Quentin Loubser second. Nudge in third. Then Ashai Nagura, Ruben Karstens, Eric Galvax, Adam Uaz. And then to the line is Sebastian Diaz and Luca Sturman. Hi, Tristan Duplessis. Welcome to the chat. This is a one-off series between Online Karting League Africa and Online Karting League Hungary. So we've got a bunch of the South Africans, a bunch of the Hungarians. Well, only 4 of them tonight. There's a bunch of them missing though. And we are racing a 2, potentially 3 race series this week, next week, and the week after. Is it next week? Let me just double check that. Yeah, Wednesday next week. And then potentially another race the week after that as well. So it's a nice little series. It's very fun to race. Mini 60s fixed setup. Being policed very well. The boys are handing out penalties. Have a look, Tristan, and see how these guys do it. It's very nice to see. Nice driving between the drivers. Good stuff. There's been a little bit of unnecessary bumps there. And I'm fairly certain the stewards will have a look. Right, let's have a quick look at the finishing order here. That's including the time penalties before stewards' interventions. So Martin Varga, Quentin Loubser, Ashai Nagura in third, Ruben Karstens, Adam Nudge in fifth, Adam Uaz in sixth, Eric Galvax seventh, Sebastian Diaz in eighth, Lucas Sturman in ninth, Vincent Diaz in 10th. I'm not sure what happened to William Marshall. So who will we get into the commentator's booth and have a chat?
Yes. I mean, yeah, they are quite good, but I think I can do it. Yes, I can. Oh, way more. The drivers are better. Everything's a lot better, quicker, smoother. Everything's so much nicer. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, it's better than what I thought it would be. Yeah, sure. On the start, you guys need to take it a bit careful. Due to the ping, yeah, the cards seem to bounce off each other. Um, yeah, but must say I don't know this track this well, or that well. The guys are quite fast. Um, yeah, so if I make a mistake, it's easily I lose them easily. Can't keep up. But if I'm in that slip, yeah, stay there. Yeah, it's quite difficult because yeah, seeing as the start and everyone's so close to each other, if anyone hits you, especially if yeah, it's another person from OKLA, that tends to um, boost your cards forward, and yeah, and it's just like a snow of a domino effect. If one hits the one, um, his card launches and it's another one. Like, so yeah, I try to um, not to make any sudden movements or turn suddenly. Try to brake a bit earlier, just to keep that clearance. But yeah, it's really difficult. Um, if I can keep that in their slip, yes. But yeah, if I make a mistake, um, I don't think I'll be in it for the win.
Yeah, yeah, I can. It's quite nice, like first experience. It's great. Like the mistake was on me, so I cannot blame anybody. Everybody is doing fair, so the race is very enjoyable. So yeah, I feel great. I don't think so. The first incident was a racing incident. I believe Sturmin just almost spun, and that's why he corrected, and I was in the wrong position. And the second one is like it was just all on me. Like the car just flipped because I took too much curb. So yeah, that's it. Of course, the goal is that, and we will see. Thank you.
So guys, who do you think is going to win the final race? Tell us in the chat. Please feel free to let us know who you would put your virtual coins on. I love how I'm talking to myself the whole time. I'm accidentally muted. But there we go, guys. We are going to head into the race. Accidentally. What's this button? I've never seen this button, so I wonder what this is. Okay. I learn new things every day. Free roam, what's this? I don't know what that means. ML. Oh, you can use your mouse to move around. Okay, okay. Sorry, guys, I just learned something new of all my time using Kart Racing Pro. Nice. All right. But we only use our mouse and keyboard there. Carefully replay tutorial. Something new I just learned. This must be something new. So if you press the dot next to your 0 on your numpad, it adds ML and TR. I don't know what this one just moves, it doesn't really turn. But if you go ML, you can use your mouse as well. So that's interesting. Final starting, guys. Here we go. This is it. Time for us to get going with this final race. We'll see what the grid looks like. It's all news to me. I haven't received the starting grid. They will shout it at the boys in the Discord. William Marshall has joined us for the final. Assuming he had to go one or two things. Either had to study, or he had to go eat. And if I know William Marshall, he definitely went to go eat. Some advertising missing here. I definitely add some something on this board. It's such a prime spot. I'm not in live mode. Thank you for reminding me. That would have been horrible. Thank you so much. Varga already getting a disqualification there. Assuming they'll do a quick restart. There we go. All right, so Shine Agura's already on the grid. William Marshall there at the back, using the Online Karting League Africa livery there, as you can see. Let's see what the guys have on offer for us in this final race. Still waiting on all the boys to join us on the track. Most of the guys will just be waiting out the timer before they join. Okay, all the boys are now starting to make their way to the grid. 10 seconds to go. Everybody's going to be there, I believe, now. Marshall at the back. US on the grid. All the boys now. We're going to wait for the start sequence to finish, and then we'll see the reshuffle of the grid, and we're going to get into this final race. This is exciting. I think there's about, a 15-lap final on Genk. Martin Varga is the first one to pull away. So Varga is starting the race in pole position. Loubser in second place. Adam Nudge in third place. Then Ruben Carstens is moving up into fourth place. Then Galvax into fifth place. So Galvax doesn't have a horrible place to start. US in sixth. Moving up now into seventh place is Sebastian Diaz. Then who's next? One of these guys are sleeping. Lucas Sturman's not able to do anything with his kart there. The weight is real. Let's have a quick look here. Start button for your kart is P. Okay, never mind. Then out of the race is Lucas Sturman, retired because his kart was off. We're going to get into the start of this formation lap now. Not ideal. Lucas Sturman, early retirement there. Unfortunate. But he somehow switched his kart off. Martin Varga is leading the way. Getting the boys into the formation lap. We're going to get into the start of this final 14-lap final. So for the next 15 minutes, I'll be commentating. I'll be screaming. I'll be crying. I'll be laughing. And all of you guys will be here to enjoy this with me. First place, Martin Varga is leading us around. Oh, I've probably put my track map back on. Got that back on. We've got Varga leading the way. Loubser in second. OKLH versus OKLA. Who's going to have the top bragging rights, top honors after the first race between these two organizations or leagues? Boys, keep it nice and clean. Keep it slow. Three teammates starting right behind each other. First, third, and fifth. That's interesting. Let's see how they will, if they can work together to break away. They're not allowed to, but let's see what they will do during the start phase. We are now going to go into the start sequence. Boys are coming around the last corner now. The final kink. Around the last corner, we're into the tram lines. Quentin Loubser is a little bit far off of the mark there. Quentin Loubser definitely getting an illegal start there. Probably get a penalty for that. Well, leading the way is Varga. Then Nudge going down the inside of Quentin Loubser. Going to defend that position, going up into second place. Then behind him is US coming up a position or two there. Moving himself up into, what is that, fourth, fifth place already. Got a big love tap there. Galvax opened the door for Galvax there. I think Nagura gave US a little bit of a lap tap. So down the inside goes Galvax now on US. Ashai Nagura is going to try and fight this as well. Behind Nagura is Sebastian Diaz, and I heard a kart spin off at the back here. William Marshall's further back there in third last. Let's go back to the front and see what's happening here. Nudge now all over the back of Loubser. Loubser is going to have to defend this position, which is giving the opportunity to Varga to break away from the back. Oh, Loubser getting onto the curb. They're bouncing his car all over the place. Nudge is going to get a proper slip down the back, or the start-finish straight here. He's going to send it down the inside of the first corner. Down the inside goes Nudge now. Loubser needs to defend that because Galvax is potentially going to send it. Nope, Loubser's got the inside line into the next corner. Into the double left we go. Triple left, rather. Another left hand. And then into the first of two hairpins. Down inside goes Lobsha on Nudge. Nudge getting it all kinds of wrong there on the exit, running very wide. Love tap from US. Ooh, Nudge's tire is going to be very dirty into the chicane. He's going to break, throw the kart in there and get it all kinds of wrong. Diaz is going to send it down the inside. Going to take that opportunity there and move another position up. Lobsha going down the inside. Oh, US almost flipped his kart, collecting the side of Lobsha, but both of them survived and lived to fight another day. Galvax, on the other hand, has moved himself up into second place, but look at the huge gap between Martin Varga and Galvax now. Varga breaking away from the get-go because of all the fighting happening between Lobsha and Nudge, and then US and Lobsha, and then Eric Galvax moves himself up into second place because of the fighting. So US now going down the inside of Galvax, Lobsha on the outside there. Galvax is going to have the inside corner, inside line into the double left. US is lifting his hand, telling them, guys, let's just work and catch this man in front. He's so far ahead. Big battle though. First, second, third, fourth. What is that? All the way up into sixth place. Seventh place is still in the hunt. Close by close racing. Lap 4:15. Fantastic start from these guys. Everybody keeping it fairly clean. US, Galvax, Lobsha, and then Ashai Nagura just behind him. So everybody's still within a shout. Touching distance. Very exciting driving from the guys. Galvax now fancies the opportunity here, but I don't think Galvax is going to want to send it. Probably going to try and just work, get the tow, and make sure they catch onto the back of Varga. As Varga broke away with all the battling happening behind him, but none of the boys behind US is keen to sit in the positions they are now. They want to move up the field and want to be the guy that's going to go catch the back of Varga. Oh, Nagura getting it all kinds of wrong there in the background, spinning off. Oh, unsafe rejoin there, potentially. Oh, that was bad there from Nagura. A little bit of a naughty rejoin there, almost took Marshall out. But here we go. Now, the gap is 1.2 seconds between Varga and US. So we'll keep a keen eye on that and see if it continues to come down. Lobsha falling out of that slipstream range just a little bit. He did say if he's going to fall out, he will probably not be able to keep up with the boys. So now will Lobsha be capitalizing on the fighting happening in front of him and hopefully catch onto the back here. Look at that, 8 tenths is the gap now. Varga is losing his lead lap by lap. So Galvax and US and Lobsha all gaining lap by lap onto the back of Martin Varga. So exciting stuff here between these boys, and we are on for a very good race if these guys can continue just closing the gap. There's a little bit of a battle happening here. Diaz goes down the inside of Ashai Nagura, and no, that's Adam Nudge there. Sorry, not Ashai Nagura, and taking him. Both of them went a little bit sideways though there. That was a bit weird. That's unfortunate there. I must admit, I actually prefer driving or commentating without the names on top of the carts. So we've got Galvax number 25 and the number 88 of Adam US, the Hungarian living in Ireland. And then having a battle with these mates. So it's Hungary 1, 2, 3 with South African in 4th place. But this is mega to watch, mega to see these boys put on a good show. The gap is now very close now. The guys are going to start getting into the toe of Varga. And this is where the battle is on. Fantastic here. US and Galvax just working together, not fighting. And that gave them the opportunity to catch. And now Varga needs to go into the defensive here. I see number 29 went off there in the background. That is Sebastian Diaz retired, flipped his cart out of the race. That is an unfortunate end to the race for Sebastian Diaz. But here we go now. The battle is on. Varga, US, Galvax. Oh, down the inside goes Adam US onto the start-finish straight. We go now. Lobsha's fencing a run here as well, coming. Oh, he's going to move to the outside there and hopefully do a cutback into the first corner. Is he going to be able to? Yes, he is. Lobsha moves up one position. with no, that's 2 positions rather. Varga up into first again, Loubser in second, Galvax in third, and US now. Oh, Galvax sends it down the inside of Loubser, demoting him another 2 positions there. So the positions have swapped around between first, second, third, and fourth. Mega racing from these boys, showing us all how it's done. How do you keep a clean race? US now versus Galvax, and Varga is just ahead of them, so the battle is on. Galvax now a bit closer to Varga than US is to Galvax. So there we go, boys are fighting. Loubser's getting into the back of this. Everybody racing MK20 carts. Or MK20 body kits rather. So now into the first corner we go once again. US is going to send it down the inside. Going to be able to open the door for Loubser to move up position. Oh, love tap there. Side pod shuffle there from US onto Loubser. Demotes him back to 4th place once again. But what a battle this is. Lap 9 of 15. 4 carts. Still very much in it. And then William Marshall from last into 5th place now. And then Adam Nudge in 6th place. So still a lot to do for Martin Varga if he wants to secure the first victory of the night. All right, now US on the outside, Varga going very defensive, but Galvax sending it down the inside, pushing US out now, opening the door for Loubser to come down the inside on the main straight as well. All of these guys are towing US on the outside. Sending it down the inside is Quentin Loubser into the first corner, moving himself up into 2nd place now. Galvax very defensively trying to keep US behind him, don't want to give him an inch to work with. Epic battle up front here. This is mega driving between these guys. US now gonna try and have a battle there. Look at Jensen Diaz keenly keeping out of the way there of the leaders. Or proper side pod nudges between the guys. Down the inside goes US and Galvax, pushing Quentin Loubser 1 position back again. And Martin Varga gets another little bit of breathing room there on the track. Mega driving though. And Galvax moving himself up another position. Loubser coming down hot into the inside, climbing the curb. They're lucky to not flip his cart. Still going, Loubser, Galvax, and US. 3-way battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And the boys are now starting to lose touch of Martin Varga once again. Loubser moving himself up into 2nd place. And then another position swap. These 3 guys have been swapping positions so much. It's crazy. They almost swap seats as much as the AlphaTauri and Red Bull swaps drivers during a season. So here we go. Loubser, US, and Galvax having a proper fight. But not too far behind them, 2 seconds down the line is William Marshall. So if they continue with this fight, Marshall can potentially sniff a podium from the back of the pack. So that's interesting to see. 9 tenths is the gap between 1st and 2nd across the line previously. Loubser is representing the South African part of Online Karting League versus the 3 Hungarians. So Loubser is trying to fly this flag high and proud. And proud I am to be part of this collaboration between these 2 organizations. It's fantastic to see. And these guys have not failed to put on a fantastic show so far. Lap 12 of 15. 3 more laps to go. Still a 3-way battle for 2nd. That's not anybody's game, to be honest. The guys are just losing a little bit on Martin Varga, so they try and catch up. Into the chicane we go. Very dodgy chicane, that little bit of a mistake. Run wide and you smash into that wall, and that's the end of your race. So the boys need to keep it nice and clean and preserve every ounce of concentration for that sector. But Varga is pulling away. US made a little bit of a mistake falling behind. Now Galvax is going to fancy a run down here on the inside of US, is he? Nope. He understands what needs to be done. So does Loubser, pulling out wide, doing a cutback there on Galvax. But Galvax got the inside line into the double left, which means you see US just lifting his hand saying, let's get the guy in front. What's the point of fighting when Varga breaks away lap by lap? 1.1 seconds is the gap. US once again, let's work together, let's work together. Why are we fighting each other? Quentin Loubser making a little bit of a boo-boo there. Into the back of US, losing momentum, and that is potentially the end of Loubser's podium fight. But what a race we have had so far. Oh, US coming in sideways into the corner, pushing that cart to the absolute limit of what it can do, and not flipping it is amazing to see. 2 more laps to go now. As we cross the line, what is the gap? 1.1 seconds once more. So still out of the win contention is the fighting pack behind him. Martin Varga leading the way, US and Galvax trying to catch on to the back. Quentin Loubser, after making a bit of a mistake there, falling a bit off, have to forfeit 3rd place potentially and settle for 4th there. Oh, dirty tires now on US. Is he going to keep his cart under control going into the chicane? Yes, he is, but Galvax is definitely fancying a chance here. We'll just go with the onboard fight here. See a little bit of a love tap there from Galvax on US. Right, as we head into the final lap now, this is last half a lap to go. The fight is on, the heat is on between US and Galvax. Martin Varga has just about done enough to secure 1st place, has he? Or will he make a mistake in the last couple corners? Hopefully not. Oh, US making a big mistake there, opening the door for Galvax to send it down the inside into the final corner. Is he? No. Got everything done there. Oh, US running wide now. Galvax going to go down the inside, securing 1st place. Oh, no, US and Galvax clipping each other there, unfortunately, which potentially promotes Loubser up into 2nd if there's penalties. But Martin Varga did everything right, got away from the get-go, kept his nose clean. There was a big 4-way battle between Varga, US, Loubser, and Galvax for such a long time. But what a race, amazing stuff, and what an interesting finish to the race. Interesting stuff there, but yeah, great work. Yeah, fantastic stuff there. So 1st place will be, the 1st race victory will go to Martin Varga. Unofficially, because they obviously have to tally up the points for heat and the pre-final final. Then Adam US in 2nd, Quentin Loubser in 3rd, Eric Galvax in 4th. William Marshall from the back of the pack made it onto 5th place. Ruben Karstens in 6th, Jensen Diaz 7th. Retired was Adam Hanaj, Ashina Gura retired, Sebastian Diaz and Lucas Thurman retired at the start of the race. Let's just quickly save this replay. Just before it crashes, just to make sure. But that was fantastic, guys. That was really nice to see. The boys drove a very good race. It was mega to experience. And we'll try and do a quick... We'll try and do an interview between all the boys. But that was mega to see. Let's see if we're going to get somebody. Just want to see if we can get some guys for interviews. Otherwise, we will potentially just finish this off. Have a quick word. Just gonna get one of the guys to join us in for a interview. But yeah, that was a mega race, guys. That was so good to witness a four-way battle for, what was that, the better part of 7 or 8 laps, if not more. So that was fantastic, the driving between the guys. I'm now joined by Martin Varga, who is, I'll just say, unofficially the winner, because you guys will probably look at some incidents and stuff. But Martin, can I say, what an epic race between you, Adam, US, Eric Galvex, and Quentin Loubser. A four-way battle for such a long time. Just talk us through what happened. How did you experience that?
Yeah, it was a pretty fun race for me. Yeah, I was lucky because in the first 3 laps, I did a, I don't know, 3 or 3 pretty fast lap, and
Yeah.
everyone's behind me was battling. So yeah, I gained a big gap, and then they are I don't know, like close to me, and then we started fighting, and it was pretty clean, I think. I tried my best. I tried to defend my position. Yeah, and yeah, I did anything for the win. I wanted to win. And then there was, I don't know, a collision or something like that in the back. So I could win the race, and yeah, it was pretty good, I think. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, thanks everyone who joined. I think it was pretty fun and a pretty good decision to join to the OKL family. And yeah, I'm feeling good because this league is bigger than ever, and I see like the first 4 guys are pretty fast, and we can do pretty good fights for the lead. Yeah, and I don't know, can't wait until the next race, which is next weekend, October 4th. And yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah.
Fantastic. Apparently, I muted myself while I was talking. So, yeah, guys, I just asked Martin to give us the closing thoughts there. Sorry about that. From my side, thank you all for tuning in, for watching this race. It was fantastic. This was the first time that we have a collaboration with a different community. So, you know, Martin reached out, we had a chat, and we brought them on as OKL Hungary. And, you know, this is the first part of the expansion for the OKL family. And, you know, I think it was successful first race. Yes, there weren't a lot of Hungarians, but there were a bunch of excuses. And from here on, we can only grow and make this bigger. This is just a one-off series. The official thing will only start from next year. So yeah, from my side and from Martin's side, thank you all for joining. This was mega fun. See you next week, same time, different place. We are going to a Hungarian track that none of the South Africans would have ever raced. So that would be super cool to see if they can pick up the pace and also be quick on a completely new and different track. So yeah, guys, thank you all for tuning in. Bye-bye.